Good evening and welcome to Cow Tech. Can't believe it, episode 17. We're going stealth mode on you boys tonight.
Right.
What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, Adam?
Oh man, had a blast today. Got to go out and meet a couple new teammates, Michigan side, and couldn't have been happier with the results. Got to pick up my box of goodies that we're going to open live.
Nice.
So like I said, we're going stealth mode and definitely going to have some fun with it. What's up, Jeff? Great way to finish out the weekend. Yes, I would have to say, let's go. Oh man, Jason, awesome post lately. Serge,
Yeah.
what's going on, big guy? Coming in from the French side. Man, having a blast this weekend. Been able to pick up most of the pieces of the puzzle. I realized that the Americans love their stock stuff, so
Yeah,
we're
were
going
talking
to
about that.
upgrade to that. And I was able to show off some of the CowRC goodies over
Nice.
there as well, and they were really impressed. I am completely out of tire wash now, so I am going to have to get that. Everybody's asking about the tire wash. I'm sure it's been selling off the hook. What's going on, Tom?
You know what
Welcome to the show.
what I've been doing with my tire wash is I put it into a you can put it in an electronic sprayer, or you can do it like one of the pump sprayers. And that's what I've been doing is I put it in a pump sprayer and using it versus the bottle it comes in. And you can actually kind of dilute it too. You can mix it like a half and half type of thing, make it go a little longer since it's water based.
Nice. I'm trying something like new today. Please let us know if the volumes are okay on both me and Tyler's mic. If you can give a thumbs up or a little comment there, that would be fantastic. We already have 20 strong. What's going on,
Nice.
everybody?
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for joining.
So, as always, we got a giveaway for the best question or comment, and now we even stepped it up one better. We have a random giveaway as well. You guys probably already seen the way we're doing it, and we've been having a lot of fun with this. So, stay tuned to the end of the episode for that. But obviously, the best question or comment will be getting a prize. So, the prize for the question or comment is going to be what we're going to be revealing a little bit today. So it's going to be fun, man. Like I said, we're going stealth mode. And I can't wait to show you off the goodies on the website because it is live now on the website. So you will be able to get all the stuff that we're going to showcase today. And I'm excited. I haven't even seen it, man. My box is sitting right there. And it's going to be it's going to be sick. I've been waiting for this. I've been on the team now for almost 8 years, and every time I'm like kind of on road, not on road, and now I'm like, okay, I got to get a stealth mat, and the day is today. So
yeah, I'm the same way. I had not picked up one of the original, the stealth mats. We didn't even really call them stealth mats when they first came out, but we'll kind of get into that here once we start going through the show and kind of like what today is about is education on what type of mats CowRC sells. It's more than just the carbon series, more than just the mouse pad. So we want to talk to you a little bit about that, show you the differences, and also teach you how to maintain them because keeping your investment solid is key to enjoying it longer.
You can learn from our do's and don'ts because there's a few that I did incorrectly, and I'm sure Tyler will have the same couple stories for you, and we'll make sure that we educate you guys on proper like pit mat usage and storage. Storage has been key for me to keeping the longevity of the mat. And I think with a few tips here and there and a few tips from the people tuning in, we'll make sure you get the most bang for your buck when it comes to the products, especially the magnetics.
Yeah, and ask the questions in the comments about the mat care. We'll start going through the care sheet right now, showing you some differences on the website. But ask us the questions. We'd be happy to answer, and then tell us your fails and what you've learned as well. So I mean, let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Going into mat care. So if you've ever ordered a mat from CowRC, you have received this mat care instruction manual. So make sure you keep this. This actually has some really, really good information, which I'm going to share with you. right now. So, again, the key to these mats lasting a long time, they're not indestructible. So when you have like a white laminate mat, magnetic mat, it needs to be taken care of, and there's certain things you can and cannot do. So, let's talk about a work mat. So, when we say work mat, it is something like this. So the work mat, has the raised foam edges to it. All the magnetics, in the middle, has some part, trays and everything like that. But this is what we talk about when we talk about a work mat. So I'll leave this here for example. And maybe Adam, if you wouldn't mind, pulling up as I'm kind of going through some of these, maybe pull it up on the site, and that way
Yep.
people can see where you can purchase one.
So obviously, yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna bring it up.
Some of those things, but yeah, if you want to show in the store, kind of where you can get a work mat, and
these right here are my favorites, the hybrids and the screw catchers, because if you look at all the different configurations you can get here, this is where you're going to be able to get what will work best for your needs. Now, obviously, they have a whole bunch of different sizes and configurations. You got to decide where you want the pockets and where you want your organization based on your needs. Now, the one that Tyler has in front of him, that one is completely custom. It has it on both ends. So if you're looking to be completely organized, if you're doing like the front build, the rear build, and you want to keep that separated, those are good things to keep in mind when you're going to order your hybrids. Now, if you look at this one, well, see, I'm going to actually open this one here just to show you. Because on the site, you can see how many pockets this has. So it has all the working area in the center. So then you can actually have, okay, this is going to be the front left, this is going to be the rear left, and then rear right, rear, and then keep the center stuff in the top. So depending on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build, there is a plethora of mags that will fit your needs. And if you have questions or if you want ideas, please hit us up. We'll help you guys out with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so like when you go to taking care of your work mats, so the best way to store your work mat is in its original, carefully opened shipping box. So when you get these mats, and whether it be a flat mat, a mouse pad, anything, these boxes are, if you think about it, they are put together in order to deliver the mat securely to you. So pay attention to it when you open it. Pay attention to how it's rolled, if it is rolled, like a flat mat can be rolled. Pay attention to how it's rolled. Pay attention to how the work mat is shipped flat. This is a work mat. It needs to be flat. And the reason that it needs to be flat all the time is if you start folding it, these raised foam edges are glued. So if you start twisting it, these delaminate and they start coming up. So you have to be very cognizant about that. So keeping your work mats stored flat is 100% key. If you're somebody who likes to roll things up, if you travel with them, do not roll ever, do not roll a work mat, no matter if it's this way or this way. It will ruin the mat. So never do that. And that's why keeping it in the box is important, because if you do want to take it with you to a race or an event, you can keep it in the box, and it's kind of a free carrying case. So something definitely important for that. The next mat is, and if you want to go to the flat mat section, I'll show everybody a flat mat when we talk about what that is. So here is a flat mat. So it's really just exactly how it says. The flat mat is flat. And the nice thing about it, so it does not have the raised edges. You can get them with a kind of a flat border that's more of like a sticker, just to kind of be able to separate things on your workbench. So these can be folded. So the flat mats, they will be shipped to you rolled. So you need to be like about a 6-inch diameter roll. And so the one mistake that people make is they fold it with the laminate inside. And that's a big no-no. And the reason that's a bad thing is because by rolling it to the inside like this, it starts delaminating the white surface. So you'll start getting creases, you'll start getting bubbles and things like that. So what you want to do is you want to roll it with the magnetics in like this. So this is how you want to roll a flat mat. So again, flat mats are okay to roll. Work mats are never okay to roll. So keep that in mind, and this helps in selecting, the type of mat that you want. If you're a person who really wants to have this travel all the time, a flat mat may be the right solution for you. If you're somebody who wants a permanent solution at home, maybe a work mat or a hybrid mat is more your style. Let's see here.
One of the things that was asked earlier was the heat and stuff like that. So no, Jeff, I would not recommend running your nitro on any of the mats. Maybe when we get to test the new mat coming out for soldering, that one might be an option. But to run nitro on a CowRC mat, not the best idea in my personal opinion. I think you've seen mine, and it does not do well with the heat. So please stay away from running nitros on the CowRC mat.
And you guys probably seen, some of these are part trays and part strips here. So on the site, these are just a smaller version of kind of a work mat. So this is a part tray, has the individual parts and pieces that you can organize. It has the foam raised edge. These are small enough where you can put in a backpack, you can throw in a bag. Obviously, these are more of a part organizer, not so much a whole vehicle assembly type of thing. But if you're somebody like, I actually like these a lot, because what I do is I'll organize these parts and I'll kind of toss to the side. Put some stuff here. It's all magnetic. You toss to the side. So you can move them around. You can move it around your workspace. You can take it with you, what have you. So it makes things. And if you get a few of these, you can like me, I've got like 5 different RC projects laying around, and all of a sudden I see a strip with parts sitting in it. I'm like, I wonder what vehicle that was for. Oh well, at least it's all together, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah, those part trays. These ones are my favorite. This one is mine because it's got the Canadian cow on it, but Michaela has the CowRC girl on hers, and Nathan has the carbon edition. So then that way the bits, we know whose are whose, and definitely super cool. But Johnny, no, the stealth mats will be coming in both. So it is epic. It's going next level with the stealth stuff. So we will show that off on the site, and we're going to actually do the reveal of ours shortly. So that is a great question. Does the stealth mats have the same laminate or better than the original flat mats? That is a good question.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. So I like that. I like that question because that was something we wanted to cover. So if you guys are long RC, CowRC fans, you've probably seen in the past we've released very limited edition black mats, and they were the old laminate. It was not the gloss top, and these really weren't for public sale. Like you'll probably see on the fans page. You scroll through the fans page, you'll see some, and they came in parts trays, some, and I think work mats and some flat mats, but very, very limited runs. And the reason it was limited run is because they were black, and it was a flat black surface. So meaning that it would get nicked up, it would get scratched. And so it was more kind of like a novelty type of thing where it was cool, it's something different, but wasn't really something we wanted to mass produce and have a whole lot of complaints about, like my mat is nicked up or it's scratched and what have you. So the guys who order them and bought them kind of knew what they were getting into. They just had to have the black. So, fast forward to what we've been sharing, this year is the gloss laminate protective top. So that was the game changer. We've had that released as an option for all of our mats. And for those folks that have not tried the gloss laminate top protection yet, please do yourself a favor and do it. Because and I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference. So this flat mat does not have any gloss laminate on it, but this Workmat does. And you can see, you see the sheen in it. So you see the light kind of shining. And so it does a couple different things. Is one, the cool thing about it is you can take a like a grease dry erase board marker, and you can actually write on the surface and it comes right off. So if you need to do some, what I like to do is I
Love
get
it.
confused on, is this a 3x12 screw or is this a 3x10 screw? I don't know. I can't tell what 2 millimeters looks like, but I can write it in. I can write it in these spaces and then put my screws there. So when I leave them for 5 months and come back to them, I actually know what was what. The other cool thing about it is it protects your mat. So it makes it easier to clean. It makes it so things are kind of more scuffed up, so you don't see scratches as much. It really kind of deflects the different abuse that you're going to put on it. So with that all being said, going back to the stealth mats, that is why the stealth mats are now being mass produced. So it is a much more expensive mat, than the regular white mats. The product is more expensive. It only comes in the gloss laminate. But the fact that the gloss laminate now exists is why we can now mass produce the Stealth series with the black top, because it's now not going to get damaged. It's not going to get nicked up and scratched. You're going to have that same protection that you get with the white gloss laminate option, but now it's a standard thing on the Stealth mat.
Yeah, and the thing that's cool about releasing this new Stealth series is, like he said, now you can actually beat on it like you do the current style mats, and it's going to take that abuse. It is definitely a step in the right direction, and it's why, like Tyler was saying, he agreed to start selling it in mass, which is awesome
Mhm.
for the people, because a lot of folks have been asking for this exact same thing, and
Yes.
once enough people start asking, the man obviously delivers.
Yes.
So it
And that's the
is it
neat
gonna
thing
be
is
part trays
I
for the
don't
Stealth
think so.
series?
No.
Okay.
No. No
So
parts
then
trade. Now,
story yeah,
well,
Johnny.
I will say now there are no parts trays. However, so the amount of supply of Stealth Series mag is, so the way that the mags work is it comes in these large, huge rolls on a conveyor. And so they get rolled out and they get manufactured per the different sizes, per the different shapes, all that type of stuff. And so with that being said, there's enough mag to last a year, of the
Nice.
Stealth series. So if you, the fans, love it so much, and you say, "I want," it doesn't even last a year, lasts a half a year because it gets bought up so fast, and you say, "I need to have a parts tray or I need to have a part strip and this to match it," that may very well be a possibility.
It might be the tipping point to get him on board.
Right.
So the powers to the people. So we appreciate your input and what you guys are requesting, because there's been a lot of cool conversation and comments that have come from this show that have already produced better stuff. Because I know Steve was asking earlier about a bigger sonic cleaner. And you know what? You just never know. We could be testing stuff in the background that will get you to that 8 scale level, let's just say.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll hit on the ultrasonic cleaners here after the mats. That is kind of part, you're getting into something here, so
yeah,
we'll
getting
we'll,
ahead
we'll
of us
share
though.
something.
Yeah. So organized chaos. He hate how the it catches the dirt and the small grime, and it can't seem to get it off the mat. So depending
Ah,
on what you're using to clean it, there is different ways to try and get rid of that. And
yeah.
I know what I like to use the best now is the actual hide wipes. The hide wipes have two sides, so be very careful you're using the correct side. But I've kind of gravitated towards the hide wipes for my cleaning of the mats, especially when I'm on site. Now, if I'm at home, I'm usually normally doing the CowRC chassis wash, and it seems to be awesome to getting rid of all the grime. And the majority of the time, I'm really just getting the dry erase off. I'm not really as dirty at home as I am out in the field, because let's face it, out at the track, it is crazy to try and keep everything dialed and looking super clean.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, that's a great comment, because that's something that is a challenge. You know, when you have so
Ooh,
if you have a work mat and you have these raised edges, it does invite for grime to get stuck, you know, in the corners. And so what kind of it makes it worse is if you get these wet too, because then now it starts trapping it in the corners and so forth. So what I would
yeah.
recommend, especially for the work mat folks, is before you know. So like Adam said, you know, using hide wipes to clean your mat with the soft, non-abrasive side of the wipe is a good solution for cleaning the mats. But what you should do before you introduce, you know, so the hide wipes has a liquid formula built into it. So what you need to do is you need to get the loose particles off of your mat. So, you know, obviously we talk about the Jet Blaster Turbo as a solution. You don't
Yep.
that doesn't have to be your only solution. You know, compressed air, a spray can of air works, and even just blowing on it. You know, shake it upside down. You know, do this, shake it upside down, get all those particles off, and then clean. You know, the greases and the smudges and stuff like that on them. Because if you start introducing liquid to this first, it just kind of ingrains that dirt more and more and more into the corners. So you'll find different ways to do it. So if you get all that loose, dry stuff off first, and then take care of the smudges and stuff like that with the hide wipes or part and chassis wash, you know, those are things that you can do to clean your mat and avoid having situations like you're talking about.
So one tip that I can give, and it's strictly for racers, unfortunately, but I will throw it out there anyways. So obviously, like he was saying, where it's getting into the grooves and crevices and stuff like that, what we do is we actually use these. That's why I said that each of me and the kids have our own custom Cow RC sticker on our trays. And what we do is we actually have the Cow RC blaster in the pits. And if you get all the debris off and loose dirt first before you get it wet at all, it won't go underneath and get caught in the
Mhm.
corners and get caught in the mat and the foam. Because as soon as you start getting that grime in the foam, it gets extremely hard, and
Yeah.
the closer you try and get in there to clean it out, that's where you can run into the chance of delaminating it, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you get all of the debris off dry and then
Mhm.
go into that. And I think that's why I like the hide wipes so much, is because with the hide wipes, using the right side, there is an abrasive side. Please, please, please make sure if you're not 100%, always use the soft side on the hide wipes. But I've been using that, and you don't get a lot of liquid transferring onto the actual mats, and it's been dynamite for us so
Yeah.
far.
I mean, clay, like when I was racing like indoor clay, oh man, those little clay bits would get stuck in
Yeah.
here and stuff like that. And if you get it wet, you know, if you put like tire sauce on it and it makes the problem get worse. So all I would do is every so often, you know, in between heats, just take it, boom, 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 you know, shake it out, flip it back over, then you can go back to work. If you do that, you know, off and on throughout the day, it works well. And so that, you know, that goes to the different types of mats, you know. So we talk a lot
Yes.
about, you know, getting grime and stuff in the work mat. If you're somebody who's getting these mats, you know, like that dirty and you have a work mat, that may not be the mat for you. You may want to go to a flat mat, you know, so something like this, you know, where you have a mat that there is seamless. You still get the great magnetics, you know, with it. You can add part trays to this. You put that on here, it's magnetic, so it's gonna stick. So that way you can
Yeah.
kind of be more versatile in what you're doing. So if you are a person who's got a lot of dirt going on, I would recommend a flat mat. That's gonna be your that whole situation is now just gone, and you can have
Yeah.
these little part trays as your organization tool.
Man, I can't believe how many people are on the Cow RC brushes, man. There's a lot of comments about getting a Cow RC brush.
That
I'm
may not be a
thinking,
bad idea.
hey, any idea is a good idea. But definitely cool. Just rebuilt a modified mud boss, wheel span. Blah, 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 blah. You see, that's the way to use it. Yes, definitely. When you're using the new stuff, now you can see all of the sprays that Tyler has on display. But yeah, that new bearing stuff has just been dynamite for sure. The hide wipes on the tires after running on my local tracks seems to work really well before adding more tire sauce. Okay, so Brian, I'm not sure if you know this because you seem to be new to the show. Welcome, by the way. We actually have tire wash that was made out of a similar formula from
There you go.
the hide wipes. So if you're
There
new to
you
the
are.
show, yeah, man, it has been a great addition. Unfortunately, I ran out this weekend trying to show it off to everybody and give everybody samples and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to order some more because right over my left hand, you can see the stack of tires that I still got to clean up. Because racing with the kids, you obviously get a little bit more dirtier tires than you expect. But the new tire wash has been phenomenal.
Mhm.
And I haven't tried to use it cleaning mats or anything like that, but I would have to assume that it would be equally as good as the hide wipes because
Oh, yeah.
it's similar formula. But I like using the hide wipes because I can control the amount of liquid, like we were talking about earlier, and
Right.
not trying to push the liquid into the crevices, especially if you have the certain type of work mats. So I
Yeah.
see you
Oh,
pulled out another mat.
and the tire wash is good for your hands. You know, so this even says tire and hand cleaner. I've used it, working on my one-to-one vehicle. I take it out in the garage, I'll spray my hands and wipe it off in the grass, and it honestly does better on cutting grease on your hands than soap and water does. So this for hand cleaning is awesome. That's kind of my go-to. I just bring it out in the garage with me, and that's what I'm cleaning my hands off with between different things. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, kind of going on with a couple more mats. As you guys have seen, this is the small carbon series. We also have the larger carbon series mat. So for anybody new to the show, this is the mat that you do all your dirtiest of dirty work on. So things like um, Loctite, so thread locker. So thread locker is the enemy, one of the most the harshest enemy of the white magnetics. And so you see, I just pulled my white magnetic away because it's a reflex of these, the thread locker. So thread locker will stain the white magnetics. Even if it has the gloss laminate on it, it will still stain the magnetics. So you want to use a mat like this carbon series mat. So there's two different sizes. There's different inserts that you can get. You can get it without an insert, or you can add the insert later. So there's different options that you can use, but this is what you use to clean your bearings, your oils, your greases, and you just wipe it right off. You take a rag, wipe it off, use some mousse slick. Actually, mousse slick is probably one of the best things to clean this with because it is a silicone based product, and mousse slick silicone spray protector is obviously silicone. So you can also just wash this with Dawn detergent. It is not going to hurt these ridges because it's all one piece. So you don't have the foam, even though it has the raised edges. It's not foam, so it's going to it won't delaminate because it's one big piece. Again, though, you do not want to roll this like this. It'll start delaminating. If you do it, you roll it like this. Now, this type of mat, you can roll it for a short period of time. I definitely don't recommend um, rolling any mat
Uh-oh. I think
for a long
Houston, we
time.
have there he is. Hopefully he can come back. But
What happened?
you know what? Let me give him a sec to try and catch back up. But Thomas, just use an acid brush on a drill and it clean and loosen the dirt. The cow blast it away. My favorite thing is definitely the cow blaster. So that is pretty cool there. I think we have him back. I am
Did I
not
disappear?
100% sure.
Can you hear me still?
Tyler?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Do we have Tyler on board?
Should be here. Can you see me? Weird.
I think we've lost Tyler.
Huh. Well, I'm still here.
Oh,
Well, if you guys can hear me, I'm going to go ahead and continue because I think I'm live. But anyways, Carbon Series mat, that is what we're talking about there. Now, if you're a person who likes to travel with your mats, this is what you need. So this is the mouse pad. So this does come with a couple options of magnetics, and you can tell, if you know the old school mouse, mouse pads that you use on your computer, that's what this is. So this rolls unbelievably. You can roll this, you can kind of tuck it in somewhere. Definitely don't recommend folding it and leaving it for a long time, but if you've got a trail bag, you can definitely do that. So you can just roll this, keep this going, as much as you want. This is great for, pit mat layouts, travel size, putting on the back of your pickup bed, the hood of your truck, what have you. So it's fantastic for that. It also comes, with the magnetic center. So this is the small mouse pad. We also have a larger, which is actually a 24 by 48. You've probably seen me put this on my desk quite a few times, but it's perfect for like a track layout setup. Fills up the whole space, looks great, with the graphics, look phenomenal. So that's probably, I think this is one of the best attributes to this is its portability. It's great to look at. It's just useful for everything. It's got a nice sticky back to it. So it'll sit like if you put it on like the hood of your car, it won't just slide down. So it's something that I use actually probably more than any mat when I travel because you can do anything you want to it. Again, putting the little part trays on it. Putting the part trays on it, that way it keeps your tools and your parts and pieces kind of in place, but you also have a nice clean area where you can, spread out some things, protect it. Also a great surface for if you're a painter and you have a really nice body, you want to, lay it, lay a vehicle like this, you want to lay it up on its side, you're taking a look at it, and you don't want to wreck, the paint job that you put on it. So you lay it over here, what have you, makes it so it's really a comfortable way to go about wrenching on your RC. So a couple other things, tip wise, about your magnetics is the tires. So some tires really mess up the white magnetics. So like if you've got, and I won't name any names necessarily, but never do this with a tire. Never leave your tire sitting, especially overnight, for a long period of time on a white magnetic because it will leave a stain. It'll leave a perfect, nice tread pattern on your beautiful mat. Now the gloss laminate protective top does help prevent that, but still is not a perfect solution. So the perfect solution is do not put your tires on your mats for a long period of time. And if you do that, take some Hide wipes, just wipe it down real quick. What it is it's the oils of the tire. And depending on what you're doing, you're putting tire sauce on your tires, if you've run through actual oil, what have you. Different brands act differently. I would say a majority of tire brands do not leave marks, but there are a few that do, and I've ruined a couple mats, and even me doing this as long as I have, I forget, and I will just put a truck down, and it just gets it, and I come and take it off the next day, and there's a perfect tire tread mark. So don't do that. That's one way that you'll ruin your truck or your mat, and you can't get it off. It'll be there forever. So let me look for, yeah, mouse pads. I mean, that's probably one of my favorites. I think that's really a nice one, especially if you're traveling. I think if you're a person who travels a lot, the flat mats, like we talked about, and mouse pads are your two best friends. Workmat is something you want to keep at home mostly. If you do want to travel with it, again, keep it flat. Don't fold it. Don't roll it. What have you. So, but anyways, if you have questions, pop in here. See if there's any comments that we didn't get to. And let's see here, other recommendations. Yeah, so make sure that you read these instructions, especially if you're new to the mats. When you get one, read this thoroughly. Obviously, there's different, there's a flat mat section, there's a work mat section, there's how to clean it, all those type of things. So consult with this, and it'll actually be a really good, rewarding experience. So what I'm going to do is, while we don't have Adam on quite yet, I'm going to talk a little bit about the ultrasonic cleaners, because I don't want to have him miss the unboxing that we're going to do here later. So the ultrasonic cleaner. So what we've done is we've done kind of a grouping of this, and we've done, now it's, so before it was, you could buy the ultrasonic cleaner, you could buy the skin, and you could buy the screen. So now what we're doing is we're actually combining all three of these into one purchase. And so what that's doing is that's giving you a $11. Oh, maybe Adam's coming back. Yay! Hey, hey,
I'm
hey!
sorry. We had a power outage, man. I completely apologize for that. I am running off my cell phone now, so sorry about the little glitch. I thought it was you at first, and then all of a sudden, all my lights went dark. I was like, "Oh."
I was confused too. I'm like, I see myself. I'm like, I must be taking crazy pills, but you were the one taking the pills.
Sorry, guys. All right. So I'm sorry I missed it a little bit, but you are now into the ultrasonics, eh?
Yeah, well, so I wanted to get into the ultrasonic cleaners before we do the unboxing, because
Okay.
I wanted to wait for you to be part of that unboxing. So the ultrasonic cleaners. So what we're doing now is we're selling these ultrasonic cleaners, the ultrasonic cleaner itself with a skin and the screen for $14.99, and that's all three combined. And so that's a savings of $11 of what we would previously do it, or $13 if you were to buy it, in each individually. So what we're doing here is we're basically trying to combine all of these, because really everyone was buying each individually. So again, to the customer, wanting to make sure that you're getting the full experience, your money is going as far as it can go, and you're happy with your product. And the nice thing we're kind of getting to, someone alluded to it sooner, is that we are dabbling in other types of ultrasonic cleaners. So this is kind of our way to get some more ultrasonic cleaners out there in the public, get people interested, so that way if a new model or a different model or an additional model comes out, you'll be equally excited about that as well. So hopefully that's something that you guys are all super excited about, because I think that's really kind of the best way to do this.
Yeah, the ultrasonic has been clutch for me and the kids, especially with the small bits. So having the possibility of something just a little bit more 8 scale is definitely something we're looking forward to doing. I know that Steve has been looking for a little something to that point, and an ultrasonic cleaner with the power source would be amazing.
Oh,
Definitely
that'd be
agree.
cool. Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Absolutely, John. Yes, thank you for the
Yeah.
tip. I talked to Brian. Definitely be sure to do that. And I'm going to give it the whole CowRC treatment now that they got the new silicone sprays, and we're going to make sure it's all good. It is all good. So power source and a screen. Yeah, it should be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
The suction cups on the bottom stay great. It doesn't shift off the mat or the bench, and it actually transfers the vibrations to the parts instead of
Hmm.
the thing flying all over
Yeah, so it's not
the
like
top of your
dancing
equipment.
around and moving
Yeah.
around and all that type of stuff. Yeah, these work actually really good. I was actually pleasantly surprised on how easy they are, and they come right off.
Yeah, so a few people are looking for an ultrasonic little handle for the screen.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
I use the little hook. I have a hook tool, and I use the hook tool for cleaning out all
Huh.
like the caked in mud in the chassis plate for my racing vehicles, and I use that same hook just to pull out the screen, because I don't want to dump it, because I still reuse the fluid
Yeah.
until I know the fluid has been contaminated to the point where it's no longer cleaning as well as I expect.
Yeah. No, no doubt.
But very cool. Happy to be back. I can't believe it was on this. And like when everything shuttered, I'm like, oh my God, do I get the candles? I was like, just what's going on?
You can't get over that episode 1. You like living on the edge.
Oh geez, man, it is crazy. Screen handles will come with the new version entry level when we get there.
Nice.
Sweet. Yes,
You
that
heard it.
is what we're talking about.
Confirmed. So, do we want to go through and show before we do unboxing? Do you want to do talk about the new sample kits?
Absolutely.
Okay,
The
let's
sample
do
kits,
that.
I
Yeah.
will keep
So,
up.
for those of you guys that are not familiar with our sample kits, we've added another product to it, which is the tire wash. So you see it up there in the corner with the blue label on it. So this is active on the store right now, and is a perfect way. Like if you, so it's got a couple little mini mats. I've got a couple of those here. Let me find it here. Oh, here it is, sitting right in front of me. So that's what these are. About smaller than your hand. That's what those two come in. A little pack of hide wipes, some part and chassis wash, which is the premix of the part and chassis wash, and then also tire wash. So, like I mentioned before, I think that little container of tire wash is perfect for hands. I mean, that's something that that's what I'm going to carry in my bag is that little one just for hands because if you're on the trail and you're messing with something, you got dirt or grease on your hands, just spray that and because what it does is you start transferring oils and greases to your radio, and that's gross. Touch your
Yeah.
tools, you touch your bag, you touch your clothes, and all of a sudden it's like you're all the udder butter and greases and oils are now on you. And so that's a great way to just clean your hands off. You can wipe them on some grass. That's what I've been doing in the garage. Is just spray that with my hands, wipe in the grass, and you're good. Smells good.
Yeah.
Doesn't burn, nothing like that. It's perfect.
Yes. So the one thing that I also want to add to that, having the smaller container, you can refill it multiple times, and
True.
it is a very convenient way to carry it out to bigger events. Because let's face it, we got a lot of gear when we're going on crawls, when we're going to big race events and stuff like that. So you want to be as compact as you can. And the tire wash, like I said, I sampled it out over the weekend, but it is definitely cool to have that little container to be able to sample size it. And like I said, just keep refilling it with your bigger stash of goodies.
Here's a
What would you,
good question here. Um, John asked, "What would you use to clean your radio with?" So that's a great question.
yeah,
So what I would recommend would be the Moo-Kleen Cleaner and Degreaser. So this is an electronic safe cleaner and also degreaser. So one of the many things that it does is cleans your electronics without harming those electronics.
yeah,
So with a radio, if you got a million buttons on it, you got a screen. I mean, it's honestly like radios become. It's like you have another RC in your hand with the value. I mean, they're $400, $500 sometimes. So you don't
mhm,
want to mess with, a water based solution. You don't want to mess with water. Nothing like that. I mean, electronic safe cleaner is what you need. You might need to put some elbow grease on it to get particular things off of it. I've seen people, back to people's comments about brushes. That's a great way to get, if you're a carpet racer, clay racer, you get all those little particles in there. You just get a little, again, get those hard, dusty things out of there and then spray it with this. And you spray it with this and you're not going to hurt it.
yeah. Don't forget, Jeff, we got the coupon code too. So if you're using our name, you might as well
Yeah.
use the coupon code as well. Cow Tech saves you 10% because we never mentioned that enough. I keep forgetting about
I
that.
know, bad at it.
Yeah.
That's like our only fault. At least I think it's our only fault.
Yeah. So
Uh-oh. It's gone AWOL again. So he may,
yep,
oh,
spray
there
them.
you go.
All right. So yeah, that is not a bad idea. I never spray the mousse slick directly onto my radio. I always spray it onto a microfiber cloth first, and then I use it to just kind of
Mhm.
hit key spots on my radio. I have a very nice radio. I have the M17, and I don't want to wreck it because it's a
Oh,
lot of money, like Tyler was saying.
it is.
So you definitely want to protect your investment and make sure that you're doing that right. But
100%.
yeah, the new like sample pack is awesome. I know that Tom was saying it's great to hand out for newbies and stuff like that, using it at the track. Definitely a true statement there. I love being able to hand out and showcase all the product. But I see that you're bringing out a little something.
Well,
Maybe I should switch over.
I can't. We only have 15 minutes left, and I've been waiting a week to open this box, so I'm not going to wait any longer. So
All right, let's see.
that's my
Let's see what we
excuse.
can do.
So what is in the box? I'm sure you guys have a good idea. And Adam and I, this is an honest to goodness first reveal of this product to us. And we're hoping that our reactions will excite you as much as we're hoping to be excited by this. So,
Well, you can see that it is nicely packed and it is completely
yes.
flat. So we'll get rid of all this and
look what it comes with.
oh
Instruction.
man, you
So
can
don't
just
forget the
tell,
instructions.
dude, this thing is sick. So obviously
Right out.
this is the Workmat first. Look at
Oh yeah.
how dialed that looks.
Woo.
And we both picked different graphics, which is odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Wow.
was surprised. I was surprised.
That is
Oh
shiny.
my god, look at
Oh yeah.
this.
Look at that. It's like oil.
It look at the contrast
Look at that.
from the old to the new. That is epic.
I mean,
So
you see my computer screen in it. It's so clear. I mean, that is the gloss protection at its finest. I mean, you can almost see as a mirror. I mean, it's unbelievable. Look how clear that is. Well, that's great. I like it.
these things are like, yeah, you can see the complete reflection of this mat and all of what you're commenting
Wow.
and stuff like. This thing is definitely dynamite. You guys will not be disappointed at all. Now, I know that it has the laminate
Wow.
on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess around with different colors to see if the washable markers even show up.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I
good
think
idea. It'd be cool if they made a white one, like a white
that is
washable
one
marker.
of the better. Now, you won't have to worry about nicking or scratching.
Right.
Or, oh my, these things are these things are
Man,
bad. Like, oh
I love
my
it.
god, like even the green streak looks like so dialed on there with like the lights
Yeah.
kicking in and all that stuff. Man,
Yeah, I
yeah,
decided to go with
buddy.
the hot rod. I went with the hot rod theme to mix it up a little bit. I like the hot rod theme. I think the black and the red really kind of pop on this really nicely.
Yeah, the flat mat, dude. The flat mat is awesome.
Oh, this is so cool. I love it. Well, make sure everybody that so the prize for today for the best comment is a large stealth mat, flat mat. So this size right here is a medium. So the large is I don't remember the exact size of it, but one step larger than this medium. So kind of give you some scale context here. I'll put it on this one, I can see a little better. So this is a so both of these are medium size. Workmat and Flatmat, and this is an 18 scale RC. So fits perfectly on here. You got room for all of your parts and pieces. Fits the chassis very nicely. Good. Actually looks pretty cool with my hot rod theme. So that was a good.
The colors
good
match.
match.
You had this like planned
It's like
out, right?
I knew this was going to happen. You got to match everything. You got to, and that's the whole point of CowRC is you look good, you perform well, you have fun. It's you make your vehicles look good by maintaining them. You make them run well by maintaining them, and you could look awesome in your pits or when you're doing your bench shots and impress your friends.
Man, like I can't believe I actually have a stealth mat in person. Like this is. Thank you, Heath, for sending it to me.
I love this.
It looks so dialed. It is going to be what I am going to use out at the on-road track because this will not show the scubba from the black tires, on-road scubba, whatever they want to call it. But man, it is going to look good. So how about full pit mat, Adam Ross, like the one we put on our tables? Yes, I'm gonna pull it up, Steve, and you will see on the store they got the XL,
Yeah.
the XXL. Basically, whatever you're looking for, we can get in the stealth configuration now. So if you head on over to CowRC.com, you click on the magnetic pick mats, you actually have an option now of the stealth mats. And you can see they have pretty much every configuration starting
Yep.
off at 18 bucks all the way up to the Mac Daddy for $92. And I'm telling you, if you get the XXL Stealth Series mat, you will have enough room to work on anything 8
Yeah.
scale, including truggy. It is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
bonkers the size of that.
Yeah.
But
No, it's a good size. I mean, and all these, and these, so the ones that Adam and I have, these are medium size. So this is actually a really good size. I'd say it's too big to fit in a backpack, but it's something small enough where you could lay on top of your, in your vehicle, lay on top and take it with you to an event, and really enjoy it. I think this is, I mean, I'm blown away with how the sheen of these really just pops. I mean, I've seen the flat ones that I mentioned before, and they were cool, but it was just kind of a flat, and it wasn't that exciting. To me, it was like it would just kind of blend in with everything going on. But the sheen of these, this is, I mean, you can see the computer screen. This is wild. I
it's
didn't realize
wild.
how shiny these were.
Absolutely. So we're coming up on just 7 minutes left. So
Yep.
should we give them out the hashtag as well?
Yeah, let's do, yeah, because that way it gives them some time. Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
hashtag no. And if you notice, it was in the first comment. So the hashtag is still because everybody was trying to get us to give it out earlier, and definitely
And
pretty cool.
so remember,
Oh,
the hashtag is for the ultrasonic cleaner, with everything in it. So this is what you're going to get with the the screen, and you'll really enjoy it. I mean, it's a really nice, compact, lightweight, runs off of 2 AAA batteries. Really nice unit. Simple, just on off. Very nice. It'll really make life easier. If you haven't used an ultrasonic cleaner in general, you're missing out because it's one of those things where you can just throw it in the cleaner, put some part and chassis wash in it, walk away, and it just cleans it for
and
you.
let
And
it
it's like
do the work
a
for you.
dishwasher.
Yeah, yeah. So Brian has a good question. Do you have an OGO bag, Tyler? Because I do not
No,
yet.
I do
Because
not.
man, me neither. I will have to find out, Brian, what is the biggest size that will fit in an OGO bag, and I will let you know because when I start traveling, I'm probably going to be traveling with the Carbon series. The Carbon series is so far, from what I can see, the absolute most portable mats we have. I will message you, Brian, and let you know. But I would probably push you towards the Carbon series as well, knowing that you're on the carpet most of the time and run in the 10 scale. So I feel the Carbon would be the best setup for you.
So
And
here's
we'll
another,
see.
here's another option, and we didn't really mention this earlier, is that if you do message CowRC, you can get custom mats made. So there's headers you can go, like if you have an event, get a header made. You can get sizes made. Like so, I use a carry-all RC bag with me, and I had a mat made for a size of that bag. So cost some more money because it's irregular size, but if you message CowRC, that may be a possibility. So if it's something that really, the OGO, maybe if there's 2 different sizes, like between the small and medium doesn't really fit, that's what I did. I had one made for my carry-all bag so I could carry it with me, and
Nice.
it was a Workmat. So it sat nice and flat in there because that was what I wanted to have on the trail because I needed to have the raised edges so I could put screws and not have to worry about them, tipping over and lose them in the dirt.
Yeah. No, an OGO CowRC collab would be sick. But I think that if we have somebody on the team that has an OGO bag, I'm going to try and message them, find out exactly what the maximum size that you can fit in there flatly, and then that way we don't have to worry about rolling the mats or anything like that. And the Carbon series, obviously, it's a little bit more robust when you're traveling. Now, if you're just looking for a home setup, then I would recommend different things. But so far for traveling, we've beat up on the Carbon series and it has taken it like a champ. Now, you've seen in previous episodes Tyler beating the heck out of his Carbon
Yeah.
series mats with every single chemical we have in the whole realm of CowRC, and it's taking it like a champ. Like there was some stuff that even had me like, whoa, look at this guy, he's going crazy. But it has come out and it has looked awesome. Now, I noticed he mentioned the Mousse Slick and cleaning it with Mousse Slick.
Yeah.
If you do clean it with the Mousse Slick, I even leave it sit on top and it just makes that carbon pop. It looks
Mhm.
make it brand new again and all that. It is definitely cool. All right, yeah, no, Mike, I thought Mike had one, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Okay.
But yes, we'll
Good to
have to
know.
bug you, bud, and see what we can do. Um, yeah, if you can get us some measurements, then we can kind of point you in the right direction. The Carbon series fits just fine in the Ojo. I
Oh,
figured
nice.
it would.
Okay.
The Carbon, yeah, the Carbon looks like it's like a winner when it comes to traveling, especially when you're limited to the size of what you have, right? So the new Traxxas bags are nice. Yes,
Hmm.
those
Oh,
I
yeah, I forgot
seen
about
that
those.
on Mark Santa Maria's show. He was revealing the new Traxxas bags, and they do look pretty darn good, and they are less expensive than the Ojo for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ojo's up there.
Yeah, no, but I just gotta apologize again. I can't believe I had a power outage in the middle of the show. I will, I man, I can't believe it. It's just my luck with all that stuff. But thank you, Tyler, for holding down the fort. And I'm sorry I missed some of the comments. I always like to make sure that we share as many comments as we possibly can. But speaking of comments, I think we got to give away a mat too, eh?
Yes, let's do it.
So there are a whole bunch of starred ones. It's awesome that you can throw yours in there as well. Um, so Jeremy had a couple that
Yes.
he actually had a few good ideas. Um, I think that so Brian, that wasn't too bad. I've learned the hard way about staying in my mats. Oh yeah, no, I hate that too. Did you do the organized chaos one? You
I did,
put
yeah.
that
I
one?
starred I starred those comments.
And then two, I love the Jeffrey Hodges one, but I believe he's a team guy.
Yeah.
Our team guys even allowed to win this stuff? I'm not
I
100%
well, actually,
sure.
yeah, they are.
Oh, they are?
Mhm.
Because man, honestly, that is a really good tip. And then what else the cleaning the radio wasn't too bad, but man, I'm gonna have to say that's why I love the hashtag thing, the hashtag stealth. That's totally random. It takes us out of it because man, um, I do have to say that Jeremy he had two. And I think that Jeremy might get you think Jeremy's a good one
I
for
like
tonight?
that, yes.
So
Let's
I'm
throw it
kind
up
of
there.
torn between the two. I like this one better out of the two, but he had two fantastic ideas
Well, that seems to make the most
because
sense to me then.
right, because he had this one and he actually had the CowRC glove with the rough side and a light side to make sure, you have a different item. But Jeremy, congratulations, bud.
Awesome.
Uh, definitely very cool. Uh,
Thank you very much for the comments.
oh man, yeah, it was definitely fun. You guys got it without skipping a beat. Oh man, we try, we try. Definitely super cool. So now that we are up on the hour,
Yeah.
what we can do is we will bring this up to the screen here, and we are going to pull the draw. So good luck, everybody. And this is for the ultrasonic cleaner. Here we go. Walter, you got in at the absolute last minute.
That was okay. I thought I was
Oh,
going
I
to get
thought it
him.
was Walter too. Oh my God. So congratulations to Scott.
Nice.
Hopefully you are still on, and you can message either me, Tyler, or info at or support at CowRC. You'll see it on the CowRC website. So definitely a super cool night. I do apologize again, but thank you, Tyler, for holding down the fort. It was me
No
this time.
problem.
Yeah,
I'm happy
and
to I'm happy
I
to
just
see
got to
some
thank
guys
you,
that
Tyler.
won. I mean, Scott's posted like a madman on the fans page, and Jeremy being a team driver, he's got a nice mat he can post some stuff about. So I'm
Nice.
excited to see that the guys who are participating in the show are definitely content contributors. So I'm looking forward to seeing your new winnings.
Yeah, and not only that, like if you do have any CowRC gear, even if you just have one item, we love seeing it in the fan page because
Oh yeah.
we can see how you guys, the users, are using it. Also, me and Tyler frequent that page quite a bit because the posts are just amazing lately.
Oh yeah.
But we also are looking for ideas for the show. So if you have an idea for the show, you want us to cover something exclusively, please message us, put it on the fan page. We will see it,
Mhm.
and you never know, you might actually bring up the next topic for a show. And if it's good enough, man, you'll get a little something for contributing to making it better for everybody. Because you know what, without you guys and the community, we wouldn't have this show. Episode 17 in the books. I can't believe it. Another hour gone by. Yeah,
And don't forget,
you know what?
everybody, our thank you to you for tuning in is use the promo code TOW-TECH for 10% off. So that includes the stealth mat. So I didn't mention that the stealth mats thing last week or 2 weeks ago, the last show we talked about they wouldn't be shipping till the end of this month. Well, they're already out. All the pre-orders are out, so we're 2 weeks ahead of time. So no
Yeah.
more pre-orders. It's you order, you get. So no more waiting. So use that Cow-Tech to get 10% off your stealth mats, and you'll see it in your doorstep here very soon.
Yeah. So, John, unfortunately, you missed it, but all you have to do, there's two different ways. The first way is best question or comment, and we usually, have that throughout the entire show. Now, for the other giveaways, we actually learned how to do the hashtag, which makes it completely random. So, all you'd have to do is just comment hashtag, hit the enter, and you're automatically entered in to win something cool from CowRC and CowRC.com. So, we got to thank Heath for supplying us with all these wonderful prizes. And we got to thank you guys for making the show extremely wonderful, because without you guys coming in and making it fun for me and Tyler, it would just be us talking to each other. So
Right.
you guys make the show, and we do appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. And make sure you tune in next episode number 18. It is going to be a good episode. Some good stuff. We'll just say that.
Well,
And we'll say too much.
yeah, we don't want to divulge anything right now, but
But
stay
it'll be
tuned
a
for the
good one.
link. Yeah, we will share the link, share all the
Yep.
info, and thank you guys for tagging along for another great episode.
All right, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye.